that's why I don't fear death either. And I've been surrounded by death my whole life, so I'm not on borrowed time. I'm just on God's time, and when it's time to go, it's time to go, and I don't fear it. I'll embrace it.
Baseline rumble, feel the ground quake. Drums hit harder than a tidal wave break. Hands in the air, the crowd participate. We move the islands. Yeah, the vibe came. Strength in my blood, call it lava flow. Words are up.
Welcome back to another episode of Pulse of Polynesia. I'm your host, Leaso Filoyalihi, coming to you from the great state of Texas. Tonight, we are honored to sit with an artist whose voice and story have carried Samoa and Polynesia across the globe. His name is Ventry Parker, though the world knows him best as Poetik. A proud son of Samoa and the son of a respected Samoan musician, Fa'asavalu de Parker. Poetik has carved out his own legacy in hip-hop with styles rooted in West Coast flavor, but grounded in the realities of Polynesian life.
The winner of the New Zealand Music Commission Best Pacific Male Artist Award goes to, hey, Poetik.
Copying projects including Homicide, Homicide 2, Poetic Justice, and Homicide Trey. His breakup project even reached #1 on iTunes Hip Hop in New Zealand, snapping Samoa and the 685 on the international map. But beyond the accolades, Poetik is a storyteller for his people, an entrepreneur behind 685 Originals, and a father whose music reflects both the struggles and pride of our culture. Joining me tonight is my co-host, Rana Posala, streaming in from Anchorage, Alaska, as we dive into the journey, the music, the legacy of Ventry Parker, a.k.a. Poetik. Please help us welcome Poetik. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you for reading all of that. I was very shy and embarrassed. Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, oh no, I don't want to do anything by myself. No, thank you.
Oh, you good, brother? You good, man? So
how you guys doing?
We're good, man. I mean, I know everyone knows you as Poetik, right? But how about we kind of dive into your name, man? Like, what's the full legal name of Mr. Poetik, and then the story behind that?
My first name, my Christian name is Ventry. So Ventry is, I believe it's the cousin tribe to the Cheyenne tribe. And my sister's actually named Cheyenne too. So, and my daughter. So for me, when my dad was born in Samoa, my uncle Richard, his older brother, his best friend was there. He was a teenager at the time, and his best friend was an American Marine, and his name was Ventry. So when my dad was born, they named him David Ventry. And then later on in life, when I was born, they flipped it around and named me Ventry David. That's how that went. And I don't know too many other Ventrys.
I don't know any Ventry at all, but very unique, man.
Yeah. It's hard. It's a hard name out here in New Zealand because every time I say my name is Ventry, they're like, "What? What?" They call me Trey, man. Trey. In Samoa, they call me Vicky.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know our people, man. They're gonna give you 3 different pronunciations.
That's it.
All good, brother.
Sorry if I sound weird. I'm actually really sick, so I'm just getting back to the world.
It's all right, man. You know, it just sounds like you're really high, which is all right.
You leave Samoa and you go overseas, you're allowed to smoke because in Samoa you go to jail for half a joint. Yeah. Working from Samoa, I've never smoked in my life ever.
Now it's legal all up here.
Yeah, you guys are lucky.
Well, Poetik, let's take us back to your childhood, right? I like to dive deep into your upbringing. How did it all start for you? How did this all start for Poetik? Let's start back to your childhood. Let's take it back to where you were born, because I believe you're in Apia, you're in Australia, you're in New Zealand. Where's the original? Is it in Apia?
Where I'm actually born? Okay, so people don't know this. I'm actually born in Auckland, New Zealand. So I'm actually allowed to be here. But my dad came here for a wedding. Oh no, my mom came here for a wedding. I think mom was in mainland. And she came from I think she came from Cali to Auckland. And my dad was here at the same time. He was passing through, and my dad's a singer, he's an entertainer, so is his little brother Uncle John, rest in peace. And the family of this wedding wanted Uncle John to come and sing at the wedding and be the Adam Sandler wedding singer dude. and he couldn't do it. He said, "Well, I'm busy this week." But my brother's actually here from Samoa, David, and David can do the show. He can come and MC a wedding. And so they got my dad there. My dad seen my mom at the wedding. And so my dad approached my mom at that wedding. They both met here in Auckland, and they said, my dad said, "Would you like to play tennis with me next week?" Yeah, 9 months later I was born, so yeah. I don't know what kind of game that was, yeah, but anyway, that's how I was born here, and then, straight after I was born, we went back home.
Hey, I like tennis.
Yeah, I haven't really been there before, but it's all good. But yeah, I think so. I'm always come back to Aotearoa, New Zealand. It's like a 3-hour plane flight from Samoa, and it's a Pacific island. Really. It's just like it's closer than Hawaii is to Samoa. It's real easy to get to. Yeah, if I need to go home today, I'll be there in like 5 hours. It's like home to me. I love it here.
I've never been to New Zealand. I don't know if Ronald, have you been to New Zealand? Did you go with Dad? And
no, I went in 2005 for a class trip for college.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. It was crazy. It's a lot different. It's a lot different. Like the food is fresh. I've never had so many different types of pies. What I can remember, I mean, and the chocolates were great. Like, it was so rich. You never have any kind of chocolates like that out here, but it was like, it's the sweets, the candies, the food, and the scenery was the best part. I've seen hills, but I've never seen hills that you can actually walk for like at least 100 yards, and it's really beautiful hills and sheep. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Made me want to eat mamoe again. So
I love mamoe.
Yeah, I loved it. It's a beautiful place. Your family's into entertainment, right? You mentioned a few names that I'm like, could you kind of explain a little bit about those? I hear a couple of names that sound so familiar. So if you could, expand on that, like who is Dave, who is Richard, and are they the actual ones that we usually hear, the entertainers that are singing at this point?
My father is Dave Parker. My uncle John is also a singer, just like my father. They came up together. But this was in the old days. This was back, before Pacific Islanders were even allowed on radio. So Richard is who I mentioned earlier, my dad's older brother that had a best friend that was named Ventry. But Richard, my cousin Richard's named after Uncle Richard. He's a singer right now, singing out of Melbourne, Australia, originally from South. But if you hear him on the Samoan music, that's him. That's Richard. I think he just came back from Fiji for the homecoming for Uncle Fiji, rest in peace. Yeah. Yeah, I grew up under that banner of, I guess you can call it Polynesian Pacific Island music.
Well rooted, man. There's a deep roots in that.
Look at my family, so I couldn't sing, so I had to rap.
That's okay.
Hey, yeah, that's okay. You found your avenue.
Because I didn't sing, that's why I play piano. So that was my excuse to not sing during choir. Yeah. So tell us about it. So I take it that, with your family having this musical background, and you took the route of, for us in American Samoa, we grew up with our uncles, my mom's brothers coming from California. And so he will come back home with these music. And so that's how we got to hear all these hip hop songs, hip hop music. I felt like that was probably the same for you growing up, right? And is that what influenced you on top of the music background with your own family that inspired you?
Yeah, because I grew up in Samoa, so like I was born in New Zealand, and then just pretty much on the plane, and mom and dad, we went back home. And I remember like early 90s when CDs was hitting, when the CDs came out, like maybe 92, 93 onwards kind of thing. Everyone had CDs, and all our family from California or from Hawaii would be coming over bringing CDs, and I caught on to it like that. That's how I found hip hop. Yeah, like real hip hop, not the radio stuff that we were getting, but like Bone Thugs and Harmony's first CD and the first Tupac that ever came out. When I heard that stuff, I was like, "What is this?" All kind of words I never heard before.
Yeah. The styles, and then probably also you're waiting for the VHS tapes, cassettes to come back, so you can also watch the videos as well.
Yeah, that was the time. Yeah, we had so we used to go to a place in Alfenga. Alfenga is the village that we used to go to. It's actually Mali and Bucky's house. So it's Fao. It's their house. And so we go there and they'd have this container every month, like clockwork, coming from the States. And it's filled with all these things that they sell them at the markets. Not for me, but then we'd get like a little box of toys. And then you get, cassettes, like videos. And that's when I first seen like Coming to America and movies like that.
Oh yeah.
The big kind of shop hall with no walls, but there's a TV. We're watching Eddie Murphy and all his profanity, and the whole village is coming by like, what's kind of okay? Yeah. Well, yeah, we got the culture that way. Not like today, everyone gets the culture through the phone and internet.
Yeah, that's for sure. So since you said that, I mean, your family's well rooted in the music industry, especially, the voices. I mean, I always think that the Parkers have a very distinct voice. You can tell, like from hearing Dave, your father's song, and then hearing Richard's songs nowadays. I was like, you can tell that's them. When did you figure out that, yeah, singing's not me, but I think hip hop is the way to go?
Those because where I grew up in the islands, everyone could sing. Like everyone had a good voice, and then I grew up in church, so everyone was always harmonizing and stuff. And I found out in those moments when you try and jump into those little singing sessions that no, don't sing, because I was thought we were like a no, that you just that. We didn't have a power back then. We were so poor. I was like, I can't even do that. So, yeah, I found out that way, harshly. Yeah.
Would you say like the early on listening to the Tupacs, the early '80s hip hops, was that like sort of like the drive for you to kind of explore that that avenue with hip hop and rapping and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think hip hop, like, it just fascinated me that there was a place where culture could exist in that element that it was at the time, and even though I was a kid, I didn't understand it. I grew into it, and the more I grew into it, the more I felt like, because even though home kind of got broken after mom and dad and all that stuff happened, music was always there. So music was constant in the same that God was always constant. God never left. And I guess I grew up into that. And I learned a lot of things like, but my mom died when I was a baby. And my dad, he was a Rolling Stone. He was still, an entertainer doing his thing. So that's how I ended up everywhere in the world. I got passed to which auntie would take me in for that year or that time, and then send me to the next city or the next country. And that's pretty much me until I was on my own and I hit the streets at 14. But in that time, like, hip hop was always there. And that culture, and God, yeah. So I grew into it. And it saved my life because a lot of my friends and family are dead now or in prison or on crack. And I'm still okay. I'm still able to be a man for my, my lady and then the kids. So I'm a lucky one.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a good story, bro. That's crazy. It's good.
Yeah, you definitely had an angel watching over you that whole time. So that's a blessing.
I think that's why I don't fear death either. Like, I sometimes I feel like I look for it. And I just feel like I'm not on borrowed time. I'm just on God's time. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. And I don't fear it. I'll embrace it. And I've been surrounded by death my whole life. So
Do you think that that's kind of different? Like when you were single by yourself, that mentality was different versus now that you have a family and you have kids and a wife.
I can't even remember being single, man. I've been with my partner since we was like 15. Like, she's like, a lot of people don't know that. I don't put it out there, but yeah, we've been down for like over 20 years. So
it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how, like, you say, Dad was a Rolling Stone. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will understand the term, right? And just different homes, different vibes, different feelings, different and not every family has the same type of love, right? So you being out there and as a kid, not understanding, okay, maybe I'd go here and why they act this way or why would they act that way? Would you say because of the different sceneries and the different locations and places you've been to in different times of your life, would you say that's kind of driven you to think that way and like, yeah, I kind of welcome death and like I'm not afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like you're very unapologetic with that type. It's like, yeah, if it's gonna come, it's like you're saying, I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think things that were normalized to me as a young kid, it just played into how I see the world as an adult. And when you see a lot of violence, like I saw, and you lost a lot of people to to death, like in a violent way, like murder, then it's kind of just like time to go. It's time to go. So make sure while you're here, like you're kind to people, and you kind of not a bad person. Try and show people like what as Christians. Try and show people what being a really good Christian is like, and show them your flaws as well, so you can see like, man, I'm actually this evil person, but I'm really trying to be here and be good. And by the way, this is my story, and hopefully you can pick it apart and use what works for you. I'm real big on that. Just take what works for you, because what works for me might not work for you. And I learned that not everyone's the same. Not everyone can tolerate the same stuff or understand things the same light. So when you come from where we come from, man, just put the good things up along the way and just keep it moving the best you can. And what kind of different influences, because I grew up everywhere and seen a lot. And I think that it contributes to me being open-minded. Well, I grew up with an auntie that had a Muslim boyfriend. That's the first Muslim I ever met. We don't have a lot of Muslims in Samoa in 1992. We have some more, but in the old days we don't. And so time spent in Australia, there's a big Muslim community out there.
I know, I heard about that too.
Yeah, and man, like I got Muslim homies that are like the dopest people you ever meet. Like, real good people, and I love to talk to them about faith. And those conversations are dope because we're programmed over there to hate Islam. Like when I was there, every time I'd be in a lunchroom eating lunch at work, I just see everything about Islam's negative, but that's the media. So I asked the homie, like, hey man, do you guys really believe this, and that? And compare the two. And just have big conversations to try and understand, our homies on that side.
Well, like you said, if everyone approached it with an open mind, I think the world could be a better place.
Right.
100%. I don't know if it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to fall to pieces before God comes and corrects everything in the end, according to scriptures. But I have to believe that we can make a difference with the time we have now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go wild and do something stupid while I'm here. Gotta focus on righteousness.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about, with all the things that you got through your life, and you probably just already answered that question for me. It's like a lot of people will succumb to some of the challenges and take drugs, take alcohol, and take all these substances to withdraw themselves from the reality of their lives. But you kept your faith amongst all of the things that you're going through, and you still had your faith. Was there one particular person that helped you through all of that, to remind you of your place and to keep you grounded?
I'm like a village person. Like everywhere I went, there was a village, and in that village there was a handful of good people. So I was blessed.
Boom, 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 earth shake, silent fever. Wave riders, lava rivers, no deceiver. Baseline thumping, sharp cuts like cleavers.